Hey, I'm back from the dead. Like literally. Horrorhound weekend fucking killed me. I was kind of in a suspended animation with some con crud. If you don't know what that is, pretty much every time you go to a convention, you're gonna get some kind of fucking mutated geek disease. I don't know what it is. Usually resistant to antibiotics and kills a lot of people. I don't think they report it in the news though. But I took a couple days off, slept a lot, and I'm feeling kind of human, as human as I ever feel. But this one is just to show everybody what I got at the con. I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna be quick. There was quite a bit of shit I got, but I'm gonna switch here. This is the carry-on con bag. And it's more of a suitcase, hard shell suitcase. I think I filmed this before when I was drunk, but this is apparently there was an incident on Friday night where somebody got hurt during the bands because they were doing a little mosh pitting, and they put these signs up for Saturday, and I thought they were pretty fucking funny. So I stole one and put it on my suitcase. And the guy at the airport asked me what no mushing meant. He seemed like he was pretty cool. Got too much stuff, couldn't fit it all in here. I had to put some stuff that was more sturdy that I got into my checked bag. Just like hard shell stuff. Because don't put anything squishy in there. They will kill it. Look at that. I don't know if you know, but that's a super rare movie. It was released on DVD for a short time, out of print. It's like a awesome, for if you like old movies, it's an awesome take on the Abominable Snowman Yeti story. Really cool, really different for its time. Hard to get. I think I got this for $10 on VHS. I already own it on DVD, and that's the kind of fiend I am. There was a vendor there that had a big stack of Hammer stuff. As you can see, there's another one that I got. That one I actually got for $6. It was supposed to be 10. If you watched the last broadcast on Sunday, I was trying to find something for my last $6. It's a little shredded, but there's a pretty good chance nobody watched it yet. Always poses a dilemma for a collector. If they get something shrink wrapped, do you open it? Or do you keep it in its pristine state? It's a hard one. Probably won't open it. Hey, this is Sinister Cinema clamshell. Sinister Cinema, I said earlier in a broadcast that they did mail order bootleg VHS like in the 90s and the 80s and shit. I haven't seen a hard shell one before, and don't know. I have a pretty big collection of them, but they're always super weird movies that fucking you've never heard of before. And a lot of times they're the only copies. I mean, you might get a DVD bootleg, but it's probably just a copy of this, or maybe the Laserdisc. But they're awesome if you want to find some stuff out there that's really rare. Oh, here's a sexy beast. Look at that. The Devil Rides Out. Hammer clamshell. Super sexy awesome. Don't you hate that when the paper's hanging out the top? I hate that. I'll fix it later. What kind of animal does that? Awesome flick. Got that for $10, I think. More stuff that wouldn't fit in. Oh, it's a Junkalanch. More stuff that wouldn't fit in the carry-on. Way too shallow to fit this, but look at that fucker. They released recently. They released that, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, and I think Nightmare on Elm Street. Maybe there's more I'm missing, but reissue, Lunchbox, killer fucking art. Look at that shit. And it says, who will survive around it. And a little TCM right there. No thermos in that series, but still fucking badass. Showed these during the periscopes there. By the way, I'm going to put all the periscopes up either on YouTube or Facebook if I can. I saved them all, and Periscope does not. They expire, and all my hard-earned fucking talking just disappears. So I ought to set it to automatically save them to MP4 format on my phone, and I'm just going to do like a collection that you can watch anytime. But they were just giving these fuckers away to promote the movie. I guess that's like an 11 by 17. There's that one. I took a lot of them. Look at that. If Bob's nice to me, maybe I'll give him one or two. And then there's that one. I mean, look at that. For freezies. For realsies. I grabbed a little stack of those. I wasn't too greedy. They were still there at the end of the weekend, so I didn't feel too bad about being a total fucking mooch. Also would not fit. Oh no, this was in my hard shell case, but I took it out because I was afraid it might get crushed, even though I made it all the way on the flight back with it, and it did not. But, Suffer the Children. That was actually a pretty good short. I watched that. I love the Blair Witch Project. I know a lot of people don't. I collect t-shirts and a lot of stuff. VHS. I even like Part 2. Not as a sequel to the original, but it's as its own weird fucking movie. And it is fucking weird. I do enjoy that film as well. This I've always wanted, just because it has nothing to do with the movie. That there is the Blair Witch that they never showed in the movie. And I don't know why Todd McFarlane would want to, other than to capitalize on the success of the film, just made it up as he went along. So, I don't know if it's the only figure that does not exist in a film that he's made, but it's a weird one, and it was only $10. It's a little tattered around the edges. Let me see a little dealies there. It's a little curled up on that side. Pardon the middle finger, but you probably deserve it. So, that shit would not fit in. The posters were in my tube. My poster tube. This is like just like Christmas. And you get to see my amazing packing job. Oh my god, it's so heavy. Fuck. Oh wow, we watched part of a Night Owl, I don't know what you would call it. His version of Nightmare on Elm Street. And I I went to the vending room to see if I could get some copies of other movies, because I don't usually like when people make fun of old movies, because I like them, and I don't like when people make fun of the stuff that I like. I think it's kind of disrespectful of a lot of people's hard work, and obviously older movies are going to be goofy to everyone. It's kind of just a given, since they don't really usually hold up to the standards of modern cinema. So, duh. Yeah, it doesn't look the same as new movies. Get over it. Stop fucking laughing and making fun of it. But this guy seemed very respectful of the movies, and he did a thing where, I guess it's CGI or maybe a blue screen, where he inserts himself into scenes of the movie and interacts with the actors, and I gotta say, it was pretty fucking funny. I mean, he wasn't necessarily making fun of the movie, he was just like making a scene funny with his own comedic stylings. So, I'm gonna check him out further. I grabbed a card. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily want to see like my favorite fucking horror movie in that format, but it's better than like Mystery Science Theater, where they're just fucking goofing on it. Synapse Films catalog. I don't know why I got that. They send me their shit to get reviewed anyway. For the app at monstermovieapp.com. My wife says that I'm a shitty promoter, and she's right. Never promote my own stuff. Hey, this is my wife's signature, Heather Langenkamp, on her documentary, I Am Nancy. She can't transport her own shit. That's why I have that in there. Alright, some more VHS. More Sinister Cinema bootlegs. Phantom Broadcast. Sweet! Never heard of it. Can't wait to watch it. All of these old bootlegs. Killer. Up in the Air. Might not even be a horror movie. As well, I'll name the murderer. It's probably a murder mystery. That's cool. Watch that shit when I work out. So it doesn't really matter. I got something else special in there, but I want to present it in conjunction with my other stuff. Look at this. Look at this pack job. What? What are you gonna do with that, people? It was perfect in there. And it didn't even shift. Didn't shift at all. This Spider Babies Collector's Edition VHS with a gatefold. Please. Why wouldn't you get it? That's the question. Green Slime. MGM release. Killer. More Sinister Cinema. Shake Hands with the Murderer. Oh, probably also a murder mystery. Probably cool. Yeah. I killed that man. Also probably a murder mystery. Some funky shit here. Look at this. Woo, yeah. Never seen that. That's gonna be fucking tight. It's an old VCI release. I collect those anyway. This is actually interesting. We got this for $5, but I've had multiple copies of this with various issues, and that I've tried to get on VHS, that are bought on VHS, and like they were unplayable for whatever reason. So this one looks like I might actually be able to fucking play it. So I had to get that. That's just goofy. I don't think this was only like $2. That's what I call a watcher. Not necessarily something I want to collect, but something I just want to see. Hardware. I saw this probably when I was a teenager, maybe, or about that, and I want to see it again. This movie's fucking crazy. It's got an all-star lineup, and they appear in it for about 5 seconds, and then they're gone. I believe this is an Italian production. Maybe I'm getting it confused, but like, it's a campy. I hate that word. I'm sorry. Scratch that. It's a cool old flick. I should not say the word campy. Here's an empty folder that was free. I took that with me. Oh yeah. Double bagged this. That's a double bagger. Nice crispy mint copy of Kolchak the Night Stalker, the Lovecraftian horror. Trade paperback. Killer. I've been wanting to get into the. I love the original TV series a lot. Enough that I actually have a seersucker jacket that looks just like the one that Kolchak wore, and I'm constantly on the lookout for a hat that's very dead on or similar to the hat that he wore, like that hat there. And but I'm not willing to pay a lot of money for it because chances are I'll never wear either one of them. I don't even know why I want them. I'm not a cosplay person. But I just think it's awesome. I also have several cassette recorders, like 70s style, that are just like big honking chunks of plastic and metal in the style of the ones that he used in the film that I've gotten at Goodwill's and stuff for cheap. And all part of the costume. It's like I want to build a costume, but I'll never wear it. It's the kind of shit that drives my wife crazy. And as you can probably understand. Oh. Okay. Now, we got to go back to this bag, as I stated before. So, Michael Ironsides. I want to put an S on that. It's Michael Ironside. He was, you can't stop me. So, I said before in an earlier Periscope that he was signing for free. Just a surprise thing, and I was scrambling to get something for him to sign, because he never does conventions, and when am I going to see him again? He was there promoting Turbo Kid. Sorry, Mike John, probably sucks. Don't really want to see it. Excuse me. A little gas. Sorry, guys. Con crud. We'll blame that on the con crud. So, yeah, so he was promoting that, but like he was signing for free. And what other con does that? I don't know. It was like just spur of the moment. So I sprinted into the vending room to scramble up something to have him sign, because I had already flown to Indy by the time I found out about it, and I had to find something. So started out with this. Now I'm flipping back around. There it is. Found this for $5, a used Scanners DVD, which I don't think I have on DVD. I think I only have it on VHS. Which is fine by me. I don't really care. But, yeah, it's good to have the DVD too anyway. And, as you can see, the legendary Badman of 80s and 90s and apparently 2000s cinema. He's still kicking and still making movies. He put his John Hancock right there. And a little smiley face, which you wouldn't expect from an evil guy. But he wasn't in real life. He was nice. He asked me how I spelled my name, and he didn't get mad when my wife went through and asked for the same name, because you're only supposed to get one autograph, and we cheated the system. He said, she said, this is for my... I went first and got something else signed, which I'll show you in a second. And I gave this to her, and she asked for the same name, and he said, what, they only let you get one thing signed? Is that what they told you? He was totally onto us right from the beginning. And she said, yeah, it's for my husband. But he was cool with it. He gave a little chuckle and signed it. That's what she got signed. I bought that first, and then, thanks to my buddy JR that I met at the con, who turned me on to a vendor that was selling that sexy fucker. Look at that. It's a vinyl soundtrack reissue, and I think it was like $25, which is, you know, standard price for the new wave of trendy vinyl reissues that the hipster kids love so dearly. And so do I, because I bought a lot of them. I'm not going to lie. But also to Colin, a little smiley face. Instead of scrambling my brain meat, he put a smiley face on there, which I'm happy about. I'm going to need my meat for a little while longer. And I almost had him sign the back, because the fucking back art is cool, you know, with his complete body almost, as opposed to, you know, just that. But the back is cool. So that was clutch, man. That was clutch. Glad I ran into JR and he hooked me up. And people were like, the vendors were just like, you go up to a vendor and say, you know, hey, you have scanners or anything with Michael Ironside in it, and they're like, oh my god, I wish. You're like the 100th person to ask me, so I wasn't the only one doing the Easter egg hunt through the fucking vending room. Everybody else was too. Everybody was scrambling for something. And a lot of it was just kind of hidden. I think maybe there was, I want to say, 5 copies tops of that soundtrack, vinyl soundtrack. 4 at the guy that I bought them from, and another dude had one that I found afterwards. And I was like, it was like buried in his other soundtracks, and I was like, you better fucking pull this out, man, because I think he's still signing. And, you know, you could just like put like $100 on it, and somebody would probably buy it. Speaking of that, I bought like I said before, I got my album for $25 and then went back to grab something else from the same vendor, and his last copy was marked up to $35. So, capitalism, man. Supply and demand. Pretty cool. Alright. For the shit. Starting to zone out there. It's the con crud. Oh, this is just embarrassing. I can't get this out. Look at me. Look at this. You don't even want to watch this video. It's just me struggling to fucking get this out. And I'm not going to bend it, because there's something pretty valuable inside there. Maybe if I try, this is my wife's. I actually designed this with my own dirty little fucking hands and a computer. Um, I hated the See No Evil 2 movie poster, and so I just took parts of the poster for part 1 of the movie and kind of turned them around, and I added a pipe and Kane's eye there and turned the hook into a 2, as you can see, or maybe not. And then I made it into a Japanese poster because everybody knows anything with Japanese lettering on it is just cooler, no matter what. My wife's got quite a little thing going on here. This is Danielle Harris. She just got that signed at Horrorhound. And we got the Saskas. She's crazy about those bitches. And Catherine Isabel at the bottom. So she's fucking tearing it up with this thing. And she didn't get this signed, but I also designed that for her. American Mary. Kind of a pop art lobby card kind of thing with one of the original movie taglines. I didn't care for the one that they went with, so I dug up an old one, which is kind of cool. And just kind of photoshopped a screenshot, added some letters and stuff. And let's see, oh yeah. Didn't get this signed. All my hard work for nothing. Photoshopped that, cleaned it all up, got the lines off of it, brightened it. Didn't get it signed. But Robert Brian Wilson did sign this. It's a classic image to me. He was super cool, man. First con he's ever done. An official horror con anyway. I think he did a signing in LA at a premiere or something. And so I was asking him, like, where the fuck he's been. He said that he owns like a trade show company. And I don't know what that means. Something to do with trade shows, I guess. And he said he was kind of, I said, really kind of afraid of coming back to, or going to a horror con, thinking that people were psycho. And he said, yeah, he was afraid. People are scary. They look scary walking around those conventions. And after he did the screening and got to meet some of the freaks and realized that, they're just like fucking IT people dressed up in dark clothes and bankers and, there's some of them that are legitimately scary and he should be afraid of. Probably not killing him, but just like following him around a lot and like breathing on him with their con breath and shower and whatnot. But yeah, I said, you're probably pretty surprised how cool everybody is. And he said, yeah. So, he's going to do more. That's the good news for everybody else that's a fan of the film. He says he totally plans on doing some more flicks. Flicks. Where the fuck did that come from? He's going to do some more cons. So, good. Maybe I'll have him sign that other thing. Look, I got it out. Oh. I don't think I can do this with one hand. I'm going to put you down. Wait. Alright. This is actually the last item. Felt like there was more. Especially when I was lugging it through the airport and whatnot. But, yeah, this is the last thing. This is my Reanimator picture that I got signed by Brian Usna. Super cool guy. Probably could have stayed there and just talked to him for hours. I actually ended it because I turned around and happened to notice he had a huge line. Not huge line, but a line for me, several people. And I was like, oh shit, man, I'll get out of your way. But, yeah, super cool. Just the nicest guy ever. Just kind of shooting the shit about the movies and whatnot. So, I think that's it. Like I said, this whole pile of stuff. Now I gotta figure out what to do with it. I'm quickly running out of room. I'm trying hard not to film this girly blanket in the background. Do you see that? I'm sure you saw it in the background. We watch movies in the living room on a projector screen. And we're renting this house just temporarily while we try to buy a house. So I'm not going to set up a proper theater room, which I usually have. So I have girly blankets blocking the sunlight from coming in and washing out the picture of the movies we watch. So it is what it is. It's a girly blanket. It's like a girly fleecy blanket. It's purple with like shit on it, and it's my wife's. And now you know, so I'm not going to hide it anymore. What was I saying? I don't remember. So I'm going to post these. I'm going to post these on Facebook or something. And remember, Monster Movie App is an app. I do reviews. They're probably the coolest feature that you will not find anywhere is that I do painstakingly go through movie releases like months in advance and provide links to pre-order them all on Amazon. And I even do, look at me, I'm trying to cover the blanket with my big fat Irish head. Look at that. Woo! It does do a good job. Look at that. Can't even see it. Anyway, yeah, you can, I do world releases too, just, combing through Amazon, and I put just like cool, a limited edition shit that comes out of Japan or Germany or France or Spain. Just the coolest shit. I don't do everything because some of it looks just like ours. I have like kind of criteria where like it's got to have foreign language on it a little bit at least, and it has to be different than the release that we get here because what's the point otherwise? So so that and the fact that I do This Week in Horror every Tuesday, which was yesterday. Which will tell you the major video-on-demand releases, not all of them. There's way too fucking many, and most of them suck. But, like, major independent and Hollywood, big-budget fucking movies. Not every fucking Wild Eye releasing piece of shit fucking shot on a fucking iPhone kind of movies, but just the major ones. I mean, a lot of them are independent, but they're had some money to put together. They're not shot in Florida. If you've seen Florida horror movies, you know what I'm talking about. So there's that, and I do a trailer of the week, coolest trailer I can find that was recently released. I do all of the movies on DVD and Blu-ray that are released for this week or the week of. I do theatrical releases and horror cons and film festivals that are all taking place in that week. So it's called This Week in Horror, and I defy you to find any website that has anything better than that, because they don't. They might tell you like what movies came out, but they're not going to tell you any of the rest of it. So you can just look at that every Tuesday and say like, I'm going to buy this Blu-ray, and then I'm going to go to this con, because it's right in my backyard, and why not? Or I'm going to I'll watch this trailer, and then maybe go to the theater and eat some popcorn and watch the latest big budget fucking abortion that Hollywood put out. It's all on the app. At the very least, if you think I'm a fucking asshole, or my reviews are too harsh, which some people do, who cares, you dicks, then go to the app just for that. If you're a horror fan, I can't imagine a horror fan not wanting that. I wanted it, that's why I put it on there. So, monstermovieapp.com has links to everything to install it, or to go to our social media. You can twat me as much as you want. You can twat it up. I don't have a Periscope link on there. I don't even know if I can. Something buzzed. I'm not sure what. Yeah, I can't put a Periscope link on there. You can do individual videos before they expire. Lame. Or, well, anyway, I'm on fucking Periscope. If you can't figure it out, don't install the app. You won't understand it. I'm going to get back to my movie reviews as soon as I shake this con funk. I'm going to do a review of the convention itself in detail. I do one sentence reviews, which are just one long run-on sentence. If you are a grammatical purist, you probably won't like that. But the one sentence review is a gimmick. No one else is doing it, and I wanted to do it for the app. And I'm lazy. And I started out doing actually one sentence, but man, that's difficult if you have a lot to say. So it went into one long run-on sentence, or multiple sentences that I just don't put punctuations in. And I'm giving away my secrets. So install the app. I do it for free. Hook a brother up, man. Why you gotta be a dick about it? I don't know. Anyway, there'll be more another time, sometime soon.